Okay, introduction of everybody here as we go around the room. Tom, John, Christy, Roy, Stan. Alrighty, the subject today, obviously ladder safety, put on by me for my public speaking class. You guys will be here for this. Okay, what is ladder safety? I think we've all been through this before. This is more of a refresher for most of us than anything, but we'll go through it. What should we check for? Background. So I've been here for almost 13 years, going through all of the same things that all of us have done, but also beyond that, I've done with Colwell, Coal Company, Seneca, and with Navy stuff. Everybody talks about ladder safety. Everybody's got a program from it. This is kind of a combination of that, what OSHA says from there. So pre-job setup. We're getting ready to go out on the job. What type of ladders do we have available to us? We'll have our tool crib here, but at your house, the most common you're going to have is extension ladders and step ladders. Many different types of step ladders, from a platform ladder to actual combination ladders that are extension ladders built into a step ladder. So mobile ones, we have several of those around plant site that have rollers on them that we can use. Different types of materials: aluminum, fiberglass, timber. Aluminum ladders, if you're using them in an electrical situation, are an absolute no-no. Conductive. So anything that you can have around electrical, what we have around here is going to be fiberglass. Timber's not necessarily bad as long as it's dry and clean. It can be used in an electrical situation, but most of the time you get a wooden ladder, it's not clean and probably not dry. So your best bet for electrical is the fiberglass ones. All of them have identification stickers on them. Do not overload them. And have to take into consideration that not just your weight, but what the weight of everything that you're carrying with you, whether you have a tool belt on, the material that could be hanging from it, tool bags, buckets, things like that. So definitely pay attention to those. They're usually color coded also, depending on what type of ladder they are. Your OSHA stickers on them, verifying all of that. Which ladder to use? Which is the best way to ladder for your situation? This is probably not the best way to get to a street light. There's a lot better means. We have scaffold or manlets around here that we can use that. Using the proper height ladder. We're not supposed to stand on the top of a step ladder or the upper steps. It says right on them. Leaning a step ladder up against the wall. Not supposed to do that either. We'll get into that a little more detail as we go along. So pick the right ladder for the job. The ladder inspection. Obviously you got some pretty easy things to see. If the rungs are broke on them, damaged or anything like that, we don't want to be climbing on them. On your fiberglass ladders, look for splits along the insides of the channels of the fiberglass. We got a brand new one in the electric shop one time. Had a fork gone through it from a fork truck. Throw in the trash. It's all gone. Those are pretty obvious to look for. Then you have pins, bent stabilizers, things like that aren't so easy to see all the time. Maybe even the stabilizers are too loose and so they aren't locking in properly. Foot pads, pins missing on them, loose, wobbly, not connected correctly. Pay attention to that type of stuff as you're going along. Wooden ladders, as they get old and dry rot, if there's a lot of cracking in the structure of the wooden ladders, they shouldn't be used either. The area inspection, where are you going to be placing this ladder? Should be on a firm, level surface. So you're looking for debris laying around on the ground to where your ladder's not going to set straight. Making sure that it has a solid place. On a lawn or something like that, even if it's level, it may be soft or something. You may want to put some plywood down or another board or something to give it a firm place to sit on. Hooking to leaning up against a wire, it's probably not a good idea. If you happen to break through the insulation on it, probably not gonna turn out well. Around here, we have all sorts of piping, it can be hot and stuff like that. It's not necessarily where you're laying your ladder, but if you're having to crawl past piping, watch for, hot pipes up in the overhead that you might be getting into while you're going up for your job. As we stand our ladders up, using an extension ladder, this one here talks about a 70-degree angle being your correct angle, not having it too steep to where it can fall out away from the building, having it too much of an angle, actually slide out from under it. That's what happened with Ron at my house when he fell off the ladder. It slid out from under him and it came down. So it is definitely possible to happen. One of the other rules is the 1/4 rule. So for every foot up, it's a 1/4 of a foot out from the wall. So if it's 8 foot high, you're going to have the base 2 foot out from the wall. When we set this ladder up on an overhang, always put your ladder above the overhang so you still have contact with the ladder as you step off onto the upper surface that you're accessing. Working with a step ladder. Always work off of your step ladder from a forward position. You should never set this ladder up to where you're leaning out to the side. It can cause the ladder to tip over. Always make sure your ladder is able to be set up. If you're in a short area and you're a small area and you can't get your ladder out all the way, find a smaller ladder or a different device to use. The stabilizers on the ladder, make sure that it stays in the right form, won't collapse on you while you're up there. Guarding for your ladder, whether it be guarding the area below you so that you're not dropping items on personnel that happen to walk through, or guarding it from, if you're out in one of the driveways or something like that, and keeping forklifts or other equipment from running into your ladder while you're up there. It's pretty important to keep the areas marked and guarded. Performing the job once you get out there, you've got it set up now, everything's safe, everything's solid, tied off, ready to go. Performing the job. Probably shouldn't have that many people on a single ladder, but. So extension ladders. Shouldn't lean out past the center point of your ladder. You keep your main weight inside the center of the ladder. If you have to reach out, don't reach out too far. As you're trying to get tools and stuff up, either wear a belt, use a rope so that you aren't carrying it so that you can maintain your 3 points of contact. Check that your boots and the rungs of the ladder are clear so you don't have grease or dirt or something on it that you can slip. If you must place your ladder in front of the door, make sure you block off the door. There'll be your guarding issues. Using a step ladder. Notice he's not standing on top of the ladder, keeping the ladder in front of him. Working with a brace, if at all possible, brace yourself so that you're not just up there freestanding. Ladder's fully open. Oh, and never climb on the back side of a step ladder unless that step ladder is a combination step ladder that is designed to be climbed on both sides. And you'll see the standard wide rungs on both sides of that ladder. When you're descending a ladder, you should never go forward down a ladder. It doesn't give you access to grabbing on, keeping your 3 points of contact if you were to fall or lose your balance. When you go to take the ladder down, always make sure that there's nothing on top of the ladder. Been there, done that before. Hammers coming crashing off the top of the ladder is always a good one. So when you get done, get ready to put your ladder away. Storage and upkeep. If you keep the ladder clean, it's a lot easier to inspect it for the next guy or for you the next time that you go to use it. Paint, grease, dirt, all that doesn't help the finishes of the ladders, and especially wooden ladders, fiberglass ladders. Getting solvents or grease on it can deteriorate the ladders quickly. Whether you stack them upright, hang them, lean them up against the wall, whatever, make sure they're out of a traffic area. Don't want to get them smashed, run over, making a hazard for the next person that's using it. So, as you go through, You guys doing your jobs every day. Remember 3 points of ladder safety. Always inspect your ladder and the area around it for safety and stability. Remember to keep centered and 3 points of contact on your ladder. Don't overload your ladder, whether it be with you or your tools and equipment. When storing your ladder, keep it dry and clean so it'll be ready for you the next time. Okay, any questions? Alrighty, I gotta show everybody that you're still here, so. They didn't sneak out the door. They're all, where are we all? They're all still here.